Eating the flesh of living beings helps them to transcend? Dear Master, there are some monks who eat salty, every week eat about 2 or 3 chickens brought by Buddhists to offerings. Seeing such a strange thing, I asked the Buddhist, who said, such a monk who eats chicken will recite mantras and allow the animal to be freed. Is that true, Master? Answer, according to the Pure Land temples, whenever you want to kill an animal, it is called taking refuge for that animal. In the house there is a party to kill chickens and ducks. The person with a knife to cut the throat of the chicken and duck recites the mantra 3 times and then cuts the chicken's throat, with the meaning that when the chicken dies, it will be transcended to the realm of ecstasy rather than being a chicken or duck. I mean the same thing in my question. Eating chicken only requires mantra and the chicken is freed. It is a scam that deceives people with extremely evil acts. Eat the animal and recite the mantra so that it can be freed. It's a vague thing that never happens. The uncle born in the Development Sutra teaches, Namo Amitabham, Tathagataya, Tadayatha, Amritod Bhave. The dead read this mantra, the soul will be born into ecstasy. When killing chickens, ducks, pigs, goats, cows, horses, etc. also recite this mantra, then everything that is killed is born into ecstasy. In the Wishing Sutra, the Buddha taught, if we want to wish for something that is beneficial to people and sentient beings, we must observe the precepts seriously, not interrupt meditation, have full virtue, and prefer to live quietly in the abbots of the country, so that the wish can be fulfilled. Even the first precept in the precept is of the cut-off type, parajikadharma. This means that the person who transgresses this precept no longer has the predilection to be liberated. It's the killing world. In the Buddhist killing circles, it teaches, do not kill sentient beings, induce the person to kill, see the person who kills happy. This monk eats the flesh of living beings, i.e. indirectly kills living beings, which means inducing others to kill for him to eat meat. Buddhists who make animal food offerings to monks, there are 5 non-meritorious things, which are not blessed, but also carry the sin of hell, suffering. And the monk who eats the flesh of living beings who commits the sin of murder becomes a devil. The demon king is not a disciple of the Buddha. This person, even if he cultivates 1,000 lifetimes, still becomes a demon. The disciple of the Buddha, in every bite of food, must spread compassion throughout the end, eating without seeing, listening, not doubting, seeing the flesh of living beings that can be eaten. It is the devil, not the Buddhist monk. The devil often wears the guise of a Buddhist monk who deceives believers, eating the flesh of living beings like a wild tiger. But so-called transcendence of living beings, it is deceiving Buddhists who have not yet mastered the Buddhist path. During his lifetime of practice, he saw that only Venerable Mingzhou dared to say directly, the development scriptures are Brahmins' teachings that are trying to destroy Buddhism, and there has not been a single teacher in the country who dares to speak outright. Almost all of them have assisted Brahmins to destroy Buddhism cleanly. Therefore, to see the life of monks now is to know that Buddhism is still lost. Buddhism is gone, there are no cultivators, only mouths and tongues. If you want to know a bhikkhu disciple of the Buddha, look at the precepts of the Buddha. Whoever violates the precepts, breaks the precepts, he is a demon king wearing the guise of a bhikkhu disciple of the Buddha to deceive the Buddhists. Be vigilant, stay away from those who transgress and break the precept. Offering these demon kings is not blessed, but also corrupts Buddhism. Do not think that making an offering to 100 evil people is equal to making an offering to a good person. This you have been deceived by the development scriptures. How can 100 evil people equal one good person? Evil and good are 2 parallel paths how to meet each other, and without meeting each other is incomparable. Eating the flesh of living beings is also called a prayer for supernatural beings, as well as the words of the Zen Buddhism ancestors, release living beings to hell, kill living beings to go to heaven. These are the words of the devil, not the words of the compassionate monk. In the scriptures of development it teaches, say so, do not understand the meaning as such. It's reasoning that crawls like an eel. Is that true, gentlemen?